the 101st Airborne Division. The very name evokes images of courage, daring, and sacrifice. These are the Screaming Eagles, an elite unit of the United States Army with a history as storied as any in modern warfare. For nearly a century, they have stood ready to answer their nation's call, leaping into the heart of danger, often behind enemy lines. From the battlefields of World War II, to the jungles of Vietnam, and the mountains of Afghanistan, the 101st Airborne has consistently epitomized the fighting spirit of the American soldier. They are known for their unwavering bravery, their commitment to each other, and their ability to adapt and overcome any obstacle. Their insignia, a fierce eagle's head on a black shield, reflects their motto, "Rendezvous with Destiny." This is more than just a saying, it is a creed lived out by every soldier who has worn the Screaming Eagle patch. Theirs is a legacy forged in fire, tested time and again, and forever etched in the annals of military history. World War II saw the birth of the 101st Airborne Division as we know it. Activated in 1942, these soldiers trained relentlessly, mastering the art of parachute assault and glider landings. Their first taste of combat came on D-Day, June 6, 1944. As part of the Allied invasion of Normandy, the 101st parachuted into occupied France. Their mission secure key roads and bridges behind enemy lines, paving the way for the massive amphibious assault on the beaches. The fighting was fierce and chaotic. Scattered by the jump, the paratroopers fought in small units, often surrounded. Yet, they persevered, disrupting German defenses and securing vital objectives. Their courage under fire helped turn the tide of the invasion. Next came Operation Market Garden, a daring attempt to capture bridges leading into Germany. The 101st fought bravely in Holland, securing bridges and holding off fierce German counterattacks. Despite the operation's ultimate failure, the 101st tenacity and fighting spirit shone through. December 1944. The German army launched a desperate counteroffensive in the Ardennes forest. The 101st Airborne, along with other American units, found themselves surrounded and outnumbered at the crossroads town of Bastogne. The Battle of the Bulge had begun. Facing overwhelming odds and freezing conditions, the 101st held their ground. They fought with incredible courage and determination, repelling repeated German attacks. When asked to surrender, Acting Division Commander Brigadier General Anthony McAuliffe famously replied, "Nuts!" The siege of Bastogne became a testament to the 101st's tenacity. They endured relentless artillery barrages and dwindling supplies, but they refused to yield. Finally, after a week of desperate fighting, reinforcements broke through, relieving the exhausted defenders. The 101st's heroic stand at Bastogne helped break the back of the German offensive, becoming one of their finest hours. The post-war years saw the 101st Airborne Division embrace a new era of warfare. While retaining their airborne capability, they transitioned into an air assault division. Helicopters, not parachutes, would now be their primary mode of transport. This change reflected the evolving nature of combat and the need for rapid deployment in the dense jungles of Southeast Asia. In 1965, the 101st deployed to Vietnam, marking the beginning of their long and difficult struggle in that war-torn country. They were among the first major American combat units committed to the conflict. Their mission conduct air assault operations, disrupt enemy supply lines, and support South Vietnamese forces. Section 5. Valor on Hamburger Hill and Beyond, the 101st's Vietnam Experience. The Vietnam War presented the 101st with a new set of challenges. Gone were the clearly defined battle lines of World War II. They now faced a determined enemy fighting a guerrilla war in dense jungles and treacherous mountains. The 101st adapted, conducting countless air assault missions, search and destroy patrols, and engaging in fierce firefights with the North Vietnamese Army and Viet Cong. One of the most harrowing battles the 101st endured in Vietnam was the Battle of Hamburger Hill in May 1969. For 10 grueling days they fought to take a heavily fortified enemy position atop Hill 937. The fighting was savage and costly, but the 101st eventually prevailed, capturing the hill after numerous assaults. The battle became a symbol of the Vietnam War's brutality and the sacrifices made by the soldiers who fought there. Throughout their time in Vietnam, the Screaming Eagles fought with their trademark courage and tenacity. they earned a reputation as a formidable fighting force respected by their allies and feared by their enemies. Section 6. Desert Storm and the Shifting Sands of Conflict. A new era begins. Following Vietnam, the 101st Airborne Division continued to evolve, incorporating lessons learned and refining their air assault tactics. The end of the Cold War brought new uncertainties and a changing global landscape. In 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait, sparking a major international crisis. The 101st, now equipped with advanced helicopters like the AH-64 Apache and the UH-60 Black Hawk, deployed to Saudi Arabia as part of Operation Desert Shield. The Gulf War provided a stark contrast to the jungles of Vietnam. The 101st found themselves facing a mechanized enemy in the vast, open deserts of Iraq. During Operation Desert Storm, the 101st conducted the longest air assault in history, inserting thousands of troops deep into enemy territory. This daring maneuver outflanked Iraqi forces, contributing to the swift Allied victory. Section 7. Enduring Freedom in the Mountains of Afghanistan, Facing New Challenges. The September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks on American soil ushered in a new era of warfare. The 101st Airborne Division found themselves on the front lines of the global war on terror. They deployed to Afghanistan in 2001 as part of Operation Enduring Freedom, tasked with rooting out Al-Qaeda and Taliban forces in the country's rugged mountains. In Afghanistan, the 101st faced a different kind of enemy, insurgents fighting a guerrilla war in a complex and unforgiving terrain. They conducted air assaults, raids, and patrols, often engaging in fierce firefights with Taliban fighters. The Screaming Eagles adapted to the challenges of mountain warfare, relying on their air assault capabilities to reach remote areas and support Afghan and coalition forces. Section 8. Adapting to the 21st Century, the ever-evolving Screaming Eagles. The 21st century has brought new challenges and threats. The 101st Airborne Division has continued to adapt, incorporating new technologies, training for a wider range of missions, and remaining a vital part of the U.S. Army's global response force. They have deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan multiple times, conducting combat operations, training local forces, and providing humanitarian assistance. The division has also played a key role in disaster relief efforts, responding to hurricanes, earthquakes, and other natural disasters both at home and abroad. From providing medical aid to distributing supplies and restoring order, the 101st has demonstrated its versatility and commitment to serving others. Section 9. A Legacy of Courage and Innovation. The 101st Airborne Division's Enduring Impact. For nearly a century, the 101st Airborne Division has answered the call to duty with unwavering courage and distinction. From the battlefields of Europe to the jungles of Southeast Asia, the deserts of the Middle East, and the mountains of Afghanistan, the Screaming Eagles have left their mark on history. They are a testament to the fighting spirit of the American soldier, to the power of innovation and adaptation, and to the enduring bonds of brotherhood forged in the crucible of combat. Their legacy is not just one of past victories but of ongoing service and sacrifice. The men and women of the 101st Airborne Division continue to train, deploy, and stand ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. They are a vital part of the United States military, prepared to defend freedom and protect American interests around the world. As long as there are threats to liberty, the Screaming Eagles will be there, ready to rendezvous with destiny. Gap 3S, Section 10. A glimpse into the future. As we look ahead, the 101st Airborne Division continues to evolve with the times, embracing new technologies and strategies to meet the demands of modern warfare. The Screaming Eagles are not just preserving their storied past, but actively shaping the future of military operations. From cutting-edge drone technology to advanced cyber warfare capabilities, the 101st is at the forefront of innovation. Training exercises now incorporate virtual reality and artificial intelligence, preparing soldiers for a range of scenarios that were once unimaginable. The division's commitment to excellence ensures that they remain a critical asset in the defense of freedom and democracy. But beyond the technology and tactics, it's the people, the dedicated men and women who wear the Screaming Eagle patch, who truly define the division's future. They carry forward a legacy of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to duty. As we honor their past, we must also support their future, recognizing that the 101st Airborne Division will continue to be a beacon of hope and strength in an ever-changing world. The Screaming Eagles stand ready, always prepared to rendezvous with destiny, wherever and whenever they are needed. GAP 3S, thank you for joining us on this journey through the remarkable history and promising future of the 101st Airborne Division. Stay tuned for more stories of courage, innovation, and heroism. Until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. GAP 3S, Section 11, The Legacy Lives On. As the 101st Airborne Division continues to forge ahead into the future, it is important to pause and reflect on the enduring legacy that defines the Screaming Eagles. This legacy is not just a record of past achievements, but a living, breathing testament to the values and spirit that drive the division forward. GAP 2S. We see this legacy in the veterans who proudly recount their stories, in the memorials that stand as silent sentinels to bravery, and in the hearts of the young soldiers who now wear the Screaming Eagle patch. Each generation of the 101st Airborne Division carries forward a torch lit by those who came before, illuminating the path for those who will follow. GAP 2S. The spirit of the Screaming Eagles is also evident in the communities they serve and protect. From humanitarian missions to disaster relief efforts, the 101st's commitment to service extends beyond the battlefield. Their actions resonate far and wide, touching lives and inspiring hope across the globe. GAP 2S. As we conclude our journey through the storied history of the 101st Airborne Division, we are reminded that this is not just a story of a military unit, but a story of human endeavor, sacrifice, and triumph. It is a story that continues to be written every day by the brave men and women who answer the call to serve. GAP 2S. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the legacy of the Screaming Eagles. May their courage and dedication continue to inspire us all. Until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more stories of heroism and resilience. GAP 3S. The legacy of the 101st Airborne Division lives on, a beacon of hope and strength for generations to come. GAP 3S, Section 12, the next chapter. As we look toward the horizon, the future of the 101st Airborne Division is filled with promise and potential. The Screaming Eagles, with their storied past, are continually evolving to meet the challenges of tomorrow. GAP 2S. The division's adaptability is a testament to its enduring spirit. From cutting-edge technology to innovative training methods, the 101st is always at the forefront, ready to face new threats and seize new opportunities. GAP 2S. The Screaming Eagle's commitment to excellence is unwavering. Whether in combat or in peace, the division stands ready to defend freedom and uphold justice. This determination is fueled by the values instilled in each soldier, values that have been passed down through generations. GAP 2S. The future is bright for the 101st Airborne Division. As they continue to build on their legacy, we can be confident that the Screaming Eagles will soar to even greater heights. GAP 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the past, present, and future of the 101st Airborne Division. Stay tuned for more stories of courage, resilience, and innovation. Until next time, keep the spirit of the Screaming Eagles alive and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. GAP 3S. The next chapter of the 101st Airborne Division is waiting to be written, and it promises to be as inspiring as the last. GAP 3S, Section 13, the next mission. As we conclude our journey with the 101st Airborne Division, we reflect on the incredible legacy of the Screaming Eagles. But the story is far from over. Each day, new challenges arise, requiring the division to adapt and innovate. GAP 2S. The next mission for the 101st is not just a military operation, it's a testament to their unwavering commitment to protect and serve. Whether it's humanitarian aid, peacekeeping, or combat, the Screaming Eagles are always ready to answer the call. GAP 2S. The division's soldiers train rigorously, preparing for any scenario, embodying the spirit of resilience and courage that defines the 101st. Their dedication ensures that they are always prepared, no matter what lies ahead. GAP 2S. The 101st Airborne Division's next mission is a continuation of a proud tradition, building on the lessons of the past and looking forward to a future filled with promise. As they embark on new adventures, their legacy grows stronger, inspiring new generations of soldiers and civilians alike. GAP 2S. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. The Screaming Eagle's story is one of bravery, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. As we look to the future, we can be certain that the 101st will continue to soar, always ready for the next mission. Gap 3S. Stay connected with us for more inspiring stories of the 101st Airborne Division, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. The story of the Screaming Eagles is far from over, and we can't wait to share what's next. Until then, keep the spirit of the 101st alive. Gap 3S, Section 14, The Future of the Screaming Eagles. As we conclude our journey with the 101st Airborne Division, we reflect on the incredible legacy of the Screaming Eagles. But the story is far from over. Each day, new challenges arise, requiring the division to adapt and innovate. Gap 2S. The next mission for the 101st is not just a military operation. It's a testament to their unwavering commitment to protect and serve. Whether it's humanitarian aid, peacekeeping, or combat, the Screaming Eagles are always ready to answer the call. Gap 2S. The division's soldiers train rigorously, preparing for any scenario, embodying the spirit of resilience and courage that defines the 101st. Their dedication ensures that they are always prepared, no matter what lies ahead. Gap 2S. The 101st Airborne Division's next mission is a continuation of a proud tradition, building on the lessons of the past and looking forward to a future filled with promise. As they embark on new adventures, their legacy grows stronger, inspiring new generations of soldiers and civilians alike. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. The Screaming Eagle's story is one of bravery, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. As we look to the future, we can be certain that the 101st will continue to soar, always ready for the next mission. Gap 3S. Stay connected with us for more inspiring stories of the 101st Airborne Division, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. The story of the Screaming Eagles is far from over, and we can't wait to share what's next. Until then, keep the spirit of the 101st alive. Gap 3S. Section 15. The Wings of Tomorrow. As we look beyond the horizon, the 101st Airborne Division stands as a beacon of hope and resilience. The Screaming Eagles have always been more than just a military unit. They are a symbol of courage and an enduring legacy. Gap 2S. In a world that is constantly evolving, the 101st continues to innovate, embracing new technologies and strategies to stay ahead of the curve. From advanced drone operations to cyber warfare capabilities, the division is at the forefront of modern military tactics. Gap 2S. But it's not just about technology. The heart of the 101st lies in its people, brave men and women who embody the values of honor, duty, and sacrifice. These soldiers are not just preparing for the battles of today, but are also shaping the future of warfare. Gap 2S. As we gaze towards the future, we see the 101st Airborne Division soaring to new heights, ready to face any challenge that comes their way. Their story is a testament to the enduring spirit of the Screaming Eagles, a legacy that will continue to inspire for generations to come. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the past, present, and future of the 101st Airborne Division. As we close this chapter, we invite you to stay with us, to keep the spirit of the Screaming Eagles alive, and to be part of the ongoing story. Gap 2S. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more stories of bravery, innovation, and dedication. The wings of tomorrow are already in flight, and the 101st Airborne Division will always lead the way. Until next time, keep soaring high. Gap 3S, Section 16, The Next Generation of Heroes. As we close the previous chapter, we open a new one filled with promise and anticipation. The 101st Airborne Division is not only looking ahead but also preparing the next generation of heroes who will carry forward its proud legacy. Gap 2S. These young soldiers are being equipped with the latest in training and technology, ensuring they are ready for the ever-changing dynamics of modern warfare. From virtual reality simulators to advanced physical training regimens, the preparation is rigorous and relentless. Gap 2S. But beyond the advanced tools and techniques, the essence of the 101st remains the same, an unyielding spirit of courage, camaraderie, and commitment to the mission. These new recruits are taught to uphold the values that have defined the Screaming Eagles for decades. Gap 2S. As they don the iconic patch of the 101st, they are not just joining a division, they are becoming part of a storied tradition that has stood the test of time. They are the torchbearers of a legacy that has been built on the sacrifices and achievements of those who came before them. Gap 2S. The future of the 101st Airborne Division is in capable hands. These young men and women are ready to rise to the occasion, to face new challenges with the same grit and determination that has always defined the Screaming Eagles. Gap 2S. Thank you for being part of this journey. As we look to the future, we see a new generation of heroes ready to take flight. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and continue to support the legacy of the 101st Airborne Division. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. Section 17, The Echoes of Valor, Gap 2S. As we reflect on the journey of the 101st Airborne Division, we are reminded that the essence of heroism is not confined to the battlefield. Gap 2S. It resonates in the stories of veterans who have returned home and continue to inspire their communities. Gap 2S. These individuals carry forward the values of the Screaming Eagles in their everyday lives, becoming pillars of strength, resilience, and leadership. Gap 2S. Their tales of bravery and sacrifice are passed down through generations, ensuring that the spirit of the 101st lives on in the hearts of many. Gap 2S. From mentoring youth to supporting fellow veterans, these heroes continue to make a profound impact, proving that the legacy of the 101st is not just a chapter in history, but a living, breathing testament to courage and honor. Gap 2S. As we celebrate the past and look forward to the future, we acknowledge the enduring influence of these remarkable individuals. Gap 2S. They are the Echoes of Valor, a constant reminder that true heroism transcends time and place. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us in honoring the enduring legacy of the 101st Airborne Division. Together we keep the spirit of the Screaming Eagles alive, one story at a time. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. Section 18, The Spirit of Brotherhood. Gap 2S. The bond among the members of the 101st Airborne Division is more than just camaraderie. It is a brotherhood forged in the crucible of shared experiences and trials. Gap 2S. This spirit of brotherhood transcends rank and background, uniting soldiers with a common purpose and an unbreakable trust in one another. Gap 2S. Whether in the heat of battle or the quiet moments of reflection, this bond is a source of strength and resilience. Gap 2S. The Screaming Eagles have always been more than a division. They are a family, bound by their commitment to each other and their unwavering dedication to the mission. Gap 2S. This brotherhood extends beyond active duty, as veterans continue to support and uplift one another, embodying the values of the 101st in their everyday lives. Gap 2S. The spirit of brotherhood is the heartbeat of the Screaming Eagles, a testament to the enduring power of unity and solidarity. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us in celebrating this remarkable bond. Gap 2S. Together, we honor the spirit of brotherhood that defines the 101st Airborne Division and ensures its legacy endures for generations to come. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. Section 19, The Unseen Heroes. Gap 2S. While the soldiers of the 101st Airborne Division often stand in the spotlight, there are countless unsung heroes who support their mission from behind the scenes. Gap 2S. These dedicated individuals include medics, engineers, logisticians, and many more who ensure that the division operates smoothly and effectively. Gap 2S. Their tireless efforts provide the foundation upon which the Screaming Eagles soar, enabling the division to achieve its objectives and save lives. Gap 2S. From the meticulous planning of supply chains to the critical care provided on the battlefield, these unseen heroes embody the same spirit of dedication and resilience as their comrades on the front lines. Gap 2S. They are the lifeline of the division, ensuring that every mission is executed with precision and care. Gap 2S. In recognizing the contributions of these unsung heroes, we pay tribute to the full spectrum of bravery and commitment that defines the 101st Airborne Division. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us in honoring these remarkable individuals whose quiet strength and unwavering support make the Screaming Eagles' legacy possible. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. Section 20, The Silent Guardians. Gap 2S. Beyond the battlefield, there is a network of silent guardians who play a crucial role in the success of the 101st Airborne Division. Gap 2S. These individuals include intelligence analysts, Gap 2S, cybersecurity experts, Gap 2S, and communications specialists who work tirelessly to ensure that the division remains one step ahead of any threat. Gap 2S. Their vigilance and expertise in gathering and protecting critical information are vital to the division's operations and overall mission success. Gap 2S. Without their constant watch and innovative solutions, the Screaming Eagles would face greater risks and uncertainties. Gap 2S. These silent guardians operate in the shadows, often unnoticed. Gap 2S. But their impact is profound and far-reaching. Gap 2S. They are the unseen eyes and ears of the division, providing the intelligence and security needed to navigate the complexities of modern warfare. Gap 2S. As we celebrate the legacy of the 101st Airborne Division, let us also honor these silent guardians whose steadfast dedication and expertise ensure that the Screaming Eagles continue to soar. Gap 3S. This is a placeholder script for Chapter 21. Gap 2S. As we delve deeper into the legacy of the 101st Airborne Division, we must shine a light on the unsung innovators who drive the division forward. Gap 2S. These individuals are the engineers, Gap 2S scientists, Gap 2S, and technical specialists who develop groundbreaking technologies and strategies. Gap 2S. Their ingenuity and forward-thinking solutions enhance the capabilities of the Screaming Eagles, Gap 2S, ensuring they remain a formidable force in an ever-changing world. Gap 2S. Whether it's designing advanced weaponry, Gap 2S, improving communication systems, Gap 2S, or creating new methods of training, Gap 2S, these innovators push the boundaries of what is possible. Gap 2S. Their contributions often go unnoticed, Gap 2S, yet they are the backbone of the division's success. Gap 2S. As we honor the bravery and valor of the 101st, Gap 2S, let us also recognize the brilliance and dedication of these unsung innovators who ensure the Screaming Eagles are always ready for the challenges of tomorrow. Gap 3S. This is a placeholder script for Chapter 22. Gap 2S. Behind every successful mission and every heroic act of the 101st Airborne Division lies the meticulous planning and strategic foresight of the Silent Strategists. Gap 2S. These are the tacticians and planners who work tirelessly behind the scenes. Gap 2S, analyzing intelligence. Gap 2S, crafting battle plans. Gap 2S, and ensuring every operation runs smoothly. Gap 2S, their work is often unseen. Gap 2S, yet it is their strategies that pave the way for success on the battlefield. Gap 2S, whether it's coordinating air assaults, Gap 2S, planning logistical support, Gap 2S, or anticipating enemy movements, Gap 2S. These silent strategists are the masterminds who turn the vision of the Screaming Eagles into reality. Gap 2S. As we celebrate the courage and innovation of the 101st, Gap 2S, let us also honor the dedication and brilliance of these silent strategists who ensure every mission is a triumph. Gap 3S. This is a placeholder script for Chapter 23, Gap 2S. In the shadows of every successful mission lies the unwavering vigilance of the Silent Guardians. Gap 2S. These are the unsung heroes who stand watch. Gap 2S, providing security. Gap 2S, maintaining communication lines. Gap 2S, and ensuring that every aspect of the operation is safeguarded. Gap 2S. Their presence is felt in the seamless execution of plans and the safety of their comrades. Gap 2S. Whether it's through monitoring the skies, Gap 2S, securing perimeters, Gap 2S, or maintaining critical equipment, Gap 2S. These silent guardians work tirelessly to protect and support the Screaming Eagles, Gap 2S. As we delve into the legacy of the 101st Airborne Division, Gap 2S, let us remember and honor the silent guardians whose dedication and vigilance are the backbone of every success, Gap 3S. This is a placeholder script for Chapter 24, Gap 2S. In the shadows of every successful mission lies the unwavering vigilance of the silent guardians. Gap 2S, these are the unsung heroes who stand watch. Gap 2S, providing security. Gap 2S, maintaining communication lines. Gap 2S, and ensuring that every aspect of the operation is safeguarded. Gap 2S. Their presence is felt in the seamless execution of plans and the safety of their comrades. Gap 2S. Whether it's through monitoring the skies, Gap 2S, securing perimeters, Gap 2S, or maintaining critical equipment, Gap 2S, these silent guardians work tirelessly to protect and support the Screaming Eagles. Gap 2S. As we delve into the legacy of the 101st Airborne Division, Gap 2S, let us remember and honor the silent guardians whose dedication and vigilance are the backbone of every success. Gap 3S. In the stillness of the night, when the world is cloaked in darkness, the guardians of the night rise to their calling. Gap 2S. These brave souls are the vanguard of vigilance, standing watch while others rest. Gap 2S. Their keen eyes scan the horizon, ever alert to unseen threats. Gap 2S. Their ears are finely tuned to the slightest whisper of danger. Gap 2S. Under the cover of night, these guardians maintain the delicate balance between chaos and order. Gap 2S. They monitor critical communications, ensuring that every message reaches its destination without fail. Gap 2S. They secure the perimeters, creating an invisible shield that protects their comrades from harm. Gap 2S. Their hands maintain the lifelines of equipment, ensuring that every tool and weapon is ready for the call of duty. Gap 2S. The Guardians of the Night embody the spirit of the 101st Airborne Division, their silent strength and unwavering dedication serving as a testament to the division's enduring legacy. Gap 2S. As we honor the Screaming Eagles, let us not forget these silent warriors who stand as the first line of defense, their vigilance and courage lighting the way through the darkest hours. Gap 3S. In the quiet moments of dawn, when the world begins to stir from its slumber, the Silent Sentinels of the 101st Airborne Division continue their watch. Gap 2S. These unsung heroes embody the essence of resilience and duty, their presence a reassuring constant in an ever-changing world. Gap 2S. Their vigilance transcends the boundaries of night and day, a seamless transition from the Guardians of the Night to the Silent Sentinels of the morning light. Gap 2S. As the first rays of the sun pierce the horizon, these dedicated individuals stand ready, their eyes sharp, and their resolve unbreakable. Gap 2S. They ensure that every mission begins with precision and purpose, laying the groundwork for the day's operations. Gap 2S. Their hands deftly prepare the tools of their trade, each movement a testament to their expertise and commitment. Gap 2S. The Silent Sentinels work tirelessly behind the scenes, their efforts often unseen but always felt. Gap 2S. They are the heartbeat of the division, their unwavering dedication driving the success of every mission. Gap 2S. As we celebrate the legacy of the Screaming Eagles, let us also honor these Silent Sentinels, whose steadfast presence and quiet strength ensure that the 101st Airborne Division remains a formidable force, ready to face any challenge. Gap 3S. In the quiet moments of dawn, when the world begins to stir from its slumber, the Silent Sentinels of the 101st Airborne Division continue their watch. Gap 2S. These unsung heroes embody the essence of resilience and duty, their presence a reassuring constant in an ever-changing world. Gap 2S. Their vigilance transcends the boundaries of night and day, a seamless transition from the Guardians of the Night to the Silent Sentinels of the morning light. Gap 2S. As the first rays of the sun pierce the horizon, these dedicated individuals stand ready, their eyes sharp, and their resolve unbreakable. Gap 2S. They ensure that every mission begins with precision and purpose, laying the groundwork for the day's operations. Gap 2S. Their hands deftly prepare the tools of their trade, each movement a testament to their expertise and commitment. Gap 2S. The Silent Sentinels work tirelessly behind the scenes, their efforts often unseen but always felt. Gap 2S. They are the heartbeat of the division, their unwavering dedication driving the success of every mission. Gap 2S. As we celebrate the legacy of the Screaming Eagles, let us also honor these Silent Sentinels, whose steadfast presence and quiet strength ensure that the 101st Airborne Division remains a formidable force, ready to face any challenge. Gap 3S. In the realm of strategy and precision, there lies a group whose brilliance shapes the very fabric of the 101st Airborne Division's success. These quiet architects of victory operate behind the veil of silence, their minds forging the plans that lead to triumph. With each decision, they navigate the complexities of modern warfare, ensuring that every move is calculated and every mission is meticulously planned. Their work is a symphony of intellect and intuition, harmonizing the chaos of the battlefield into a coherent strategy. These unseen masterminds are the backbone of the division's operational prowess, their contributions often unnoticed but undeniably vital. As we delve deeper into the legacy of the Screaming Eagles, let us take a moment to appreciate these quiet architects, whose brilliance and dedication paved the way for every success. In the ever-evolving landscape of military technology and tactics, the 101st Airborne Division stands at the forefront, driven by a spirit of relentless innovation. These resilient innovators are not just adapting to change, they are leading it. From pioneering new airborne operations to integrating cutting-edge technology on the battlefield, they turn challenges into opportunities for growth and advancement. Their resilience is seen in every mission, where they push the boundaries of what's possible, ensuring the division remains a formidable force. These trailblazers work tirelessly, their creativity and ingenuity forming the bedrock upon which future successes are built. As we honor the legacy of the Screaming Eagles, we must also celebrate these resilient innovators, whose forward thinking and perseverance continue to shape the future of the 101st Airborne Division. As we reflect on the journey of the 101st Airborne Division, one thing becomes clear: innovation has always been at its core. The resilient innovators of today follow in the footsteps of those who came before, carrying forward a legacy of ingenuity and adaptability. Their contributions are not just a testament to their skill and determination, but a beacon of hope for the future. In the face of new challenges, they remain undeterred, constantly seeking ways to improve and evolve. Whether it's developing advanced strategies, embracing new technologies, or finding novel solutions to complex problems, their work ensures that the Screaming Eagles continue to soar. As we look ahead, we celebrate not just the achievements of the past, but the endless possibilities that lie ahead, driven by the unwavering spirit of innovation that defines the 101st Airborne Division. These innovators are the unsung heroes, their legacy woven into the very fabric of the division's enduring impact. Their story is a reminder that with resilience and creativity, there are no limits to what can be achieved. The legacy of innovation lives on, inspiring future generations to reach new heights and continue the proud tradition of the Screaming Eagles.